What if your key team member is more interested in their friendships with their staff instead of making decisions based on the patient's practice team?
Okay, so I mean, there has to be a balance there, right? Like, I want my key team member, in fact, I want all my team members to have friendly relationships with the team. I want them to be friends. That's helpful because people don't let their friends down. So you're going to get way better team cohesion if people are friends, right? Than if they're just like regimented, you know, like stay in your lane, horse with the blinders on kind of thing, right? Like they need to be friendly. I want a team. I don't want, robots. Having said that, we still need to get stuff done. So that comes down to individual accountability and, shocker, leadership, systems, and training, right? Now, I know that those are big categories, so let me break it down to specifically what you're asking for. I think back to many versions of our team because we had turnover like everyone else has, okay? And there were always like phases of the team where things were really good. And when things are really good that there's going to be a dip. Nothing goes up forever, right? So in all of those seasons, when the team was really doing well, there were people who were really good friends and got along great. And yes, they're talking. Yes, they're, having powwows and operatories when they should be cleaning stuff. But see, I didn't walk by rooms and just start festering because people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. No, I jump in and say, hey guys, how are we doing with this or this? I would say it with a smile and I would say it with energy, because you have to, again, what you look for is what you find. If you want to find problems with people, you're going to find them. If you want to find good in people, you're going to find it. If you go with the assumption that my team actually does want to do a good job, they actually do care about the patient, they actually do want to do what they're supposed to do, and I just need to help guide them, then the day goes a lot smoother and it kind of goes a lot more like you want it to. If you go in there saying these leeches are sucking off of my business and not doing what they're supposed to do and bleeding us dry here, and you're going to find that and you're going to be miserable every day. So I wouldn't, you want to just check your mindset first, right? And that's how I would look at it. I encourage people to be friends. I like that they get along, but they still need to get stuff done. So that's you as the business owner, your key people, even if it's your key team member that is, the social person, so long as the accountabilities are there. At the end of the day, if my key person still gives me the statistics, still does what they need to do, I don't care how they get there. Right? It's like today, right? Even for all of our employees at Lead Practice. I don't care what you do through the day. I don't even care where you are. I just care that the results are the results, right? You can work from the beach if you want to, but you still got to do what you got to do. So I give people a lot of rope. Now, in a dental office, you got to be where you are. I mean, you don't have a choice. Patients are going to come see you on the beach. So you got to do what you got to do in the confines of the office space. So if your key team member gets outside the lines in terms of accountability, then that's a conversation with the key team member. Hey, we still got to do these things. Now, that I guarantee you that problem, if I keep following it up, is a leadership issue. I'm sure of it, because if the accountabilities are clear and you're actually checking up on the accountabilities as the business owner, then you're going to find a problem, which will then lead to a conversation, which will then bring that person hopefully around. Again, training or will to do. Maybe they're just not going to do more than that. Maybe they're just there for the social experience. I don't know. But you have to set the expectations. You have to grow them, right? Again, it's a continuum with people, right? We all start where we start. Whether we continue to grow or not, depends on our influences. So if me as a business owner, I hire a person, I expect them to be whatever job I assign to them, and they don't live up to that, well, it's up to me to either grow that person or find somebody else. But here's a, you know, big shocker. If I keep replacing that person hoping to find the perfect person, I'm not going to find them. You have to make excellent people. This is another video. We've done this before. This question is coming to mind. So we'll get into that topic, but you have to make your best people, right? So I'm covering a lot of ground here, but hopefully that sheds some light on the direction, you know? Like, it's okay that they're friends. It's even okay that it's your key person. But if they're not getting stuff done, then you need to have more calibration time with that person. Right? It's like I bring on an associate and I say, here's patience, go. Versus the way I teach to do it. Right? Like, what could go wrong? You know, it's like you're asking for problems. So if you don't have that calibration time, if you don't specifically and intentionally have that time, I mean, how many times do we do this? We do this still, by the way, daily. Yeah. Like, I talk to Christine literally daily about, here's a new one we haven't come across before. Let's talk it out. Right? Because stuff happens, right? So as a key person, if you're not having that FaceTime with them, then you're going to get what you get. Like, surprises are going to be the norm for you. And I wouldn't want that, right? Like, we got stuff to do. So you spend, again, just focus time, right? Like, maybe just 10 minutes at the end of the day, or maybe I want to get out at the end of the day. So send me a summary email, I know when you exit, and then, you know, maybe we'll talk later, or we'll talk first thing in the morning, or depending on the urgency, but calibration time. Okay, so I think that's really key. So accountabilities, calibration time, making sure you're on the same page, and, you know, I think that pretty well covers it. If you're doing all of that, and I mean, ask yourself, are you really doing all of that? If you are, and you still can't get anywhere with this person, then maybe it's time for a line change. But only then, right?
Perfect.